that's how I communicate in the world. And I'm happy to be here. I feel like some of the other questions will
absolutely.
Yeah. But I'm Jeremy O'Brien. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Davis, acting from Beyond the Book. I'm from Long Beach, California originally, but I live in Harlem now. I'm really excited to be here. Can't wait to get into this discussion. I just finished the book on the way here. I just came from a 3-day wedding, Indian wedding, so I'm ready to talk all about love.
I'm Braylon Lombard. I am from the Black neighborhood. I am your home girl. And I live in Brooklyn.
So now that we know their names and I guess how they'll primarily identify for this context, just want to understand a bit more context of your, just so we get a framework of your responses, your engagement today, so folks know where you're coming from. So like just sharing a bit of personal relationship and history with this particular text, All About Love by Bell Hooks, Anson Bell. You know, where, who, and how were you when you first encountered this text? How does it live in your head, heart, and body today?
I can start that. So when I first read this text, I was in college. I was a sociology major, so it wasn't assigned reading, but Bell Hooks was on the syllabus, if you will. And I first read this, and reading it again, I realized how much I just didn't even accept it, didn't even listen to it. I played football in college, so I was the stereotypical jock. You know, I thought love was as many women that you can, you know, sleep with and stuff like that. So reading this, trying to hear about this, it just like hearing about it today and where I am now, it kind of took me back to that time where I was like, wow, who were you then? And like how much of this was even, not to say my fault, but just how much of this came from childhood trauma, just came from anything in the past where like I thought this was the meaning of love, to be a certain way, but she kind of outlined everything and I was like, wow. So I was already socialized to be like this before I even thought about it. I couldn't even think of the pressures I had on myself, whether that be from other men, from women, from whatever it was, media. And so I was just reading it again, I was like, wow, I'm glad I'm 6-7 years removed from that person necessarily that I was to something new who could kind of really digest what this means. I definitely didn't understand it the first time I read it at all. I read it a little bit.
Okay, similar to that, I was familiar with Bell Hooks in school. I was a speller, and you know, someone's gonna read Bell Hooks. That's just gonna happen. I was an English major, and we didn't read All About Love. We read other texts. And then All About Love came into my life maybe a few months ago, and now it's back. And I just think that it gives language to what I feel like I have always tried to put into words and didn't have the words for, right? So it just gives me context for it. But yeah.
I think I read Bell Hooks for the first time in grad school. At some point I thought I wanted a PhD. I got to my master's and I was like, I don't want it. Academia is a little too pretentious for me. But like this text along with like, I love like philosophy and psychology of love. My work as a playwright is like rooted in that kind of dramaturgical practice. And I think for me it came from being curious about like how we socialize boys, one, but then like as a Black queer man, what the hell are we doing in relationship with each other? Like it's like double whammy, childhood trauma, masculinity, you're not gonna hear that shit? Like all of that in like one relationship, and it's like, what the fuck? Like it felt like I was signing up to like, for like a kind of suicide, so I was like, okay, I need to like peel back the layers and understand. And like the more I started to understand like what love theory is suggesting, I could like realize, oh, like if I just do the work and then I want to go to like, my favorite chapter is like spirituality, because like that's the place I come from. It's like, if I can find it in myself and heal it in myself, then I can call it forward, because I'm not the only one doing the work. And so like, that was my start with this book and with this kind of work of love. It's like, I have to be the love I want, and I have to be able to see it in all of us, you know, and so that's my entry point.
You're offering, the phrase you just said,